Well, we're back again, and this time we've got to go through and cover 2 weeks of work because we didn't get around to doing a little commentary last week, did we at all? Very busy week. So we didn't get to do it at all. And last week, in week 2 in media law, the lecture was relatively short. We talked about, what was it, Robo Lawyer? The regulation of the media through the ACMA. In fact, that's the regulatory body for the broadcast media, and students were introduced to the website. Okay. Well, we've got friends here as well. We've got Pencil Dog and who's this? Robo Murine. Okay. The Robo Murine's a relatively new addition to our collection of friends. Sitting there, yes, okay. So you're right there, Robo Murine, you won't fall off. Okay, right, the ACMA, very important in terms of knowing your way around the website, because there's a requirement that you go and visit the website to look up information there, and in fact you don't need to go into too much detail. I think one of the questions is, so what's the process for making a complaint to the ACMA, those sorts of things. Have a look at the number of marks those questions carry. Yes, that's right, Robo Lawyer. The more marks that, for a question, the more information you need to present. We also looked at the Press Council of Australia and the adjudications of the Press Council and the Media Arts and Entertainment Alliance, which has the Code of Conduct for Journalists. So there were a number of things we looked at, but certainly the ACMA is probably the big one because it combined a number of 2 previous government departments. And that's right, Pencil Dog. This is the broadcasting legislation or Commonwealth legislation, because that power is given to the Commonwealth in the Constitution. I don't think when they were drawing it up, I don't think they were thinking about internets and YouTubes and all the rest. Mostly we look at the regulation in the assignment. The other topic which is quite interesting is the law of defamation, which is probably one of the key areas of any media law course. Defamation is taught where a person can sue any people who publish defamatory material. Now, defamatory material is material which harms a person's reputation or is likely to harm a person's reputation, and what you have to do is you have to identify the defamatory meanings, or meanings in a communication which could be defamatory. Those defamatory meanings are called imputations, aren't they? They have to work out the imputations, and when an action is commenced for defamation, the plaintiff, that's the person beginning the action, generally that's the person who feels they've been defamed, has to list those imputations, and then we go through about what's for the judge to decide, and then questions which the jury may decide. But there's some important things about defamation law at the moment. Like, used to be that each state and territory had different defamation laws, but they're all the same now. So there's a high level of uniformity, and that's what stops the forum shopping. That's where people go around looking for the best jurisdiction, where they think the laws are most favourable. That's been reduced. What's the other thing? Yes, quite a few changes. Now, I've actually got them in the study guide there, and the textbook talks about them as well. They're certainly about how corporations generally can't sue for defamation, but some students raised the issue yesterday, well, that may be harming the corporation. Well, what we look at is there are alternatives there for corporations to undertake other forms of action if they feel that they have been affected by communications. What's up, Robomurine? If Pencil Dog calls you a ball, is that defamatory? I don't know. I really don't know. What are the imputations there? He just might be calling you nasty names. You might think you look like a ball, but you'd have to think what the imputations are and what. And if we try to work out what defamatory is, it's no good going to the legislation, is it? Because the meaning of defamatory is found in the common law and the decisions of judges about causing people to be shunned and avoided, to be thought less of. Calling you a ball, does that make you shunned and avoided or thought less of? Or probably not. I don't know. And yes, there's also limits on the amount of damages which people can recover now. That's another change. So there's certainly been big changes to the law there, and it's a very interesting area of law. There's a very rich case law history there, where important decisions have been made and judges have made significant comments about aspects of the law. Yes, but okay. And next week we're going to look at the defences. So even though there may be defamation, and that's where there's been a publication of and concerning, it's got to be of and concerning a plaintiff, so it's got to be a particular person has to be able to be identified, even if you don't use their name. It's got to be published, and it's got to have defamatory, capable of bearing defamatory imputations. The intention of the maker of the statement isn't the case, and a direct personal communication is not defamatory. But if it's broadcast around, like, that's right. There's always something in the media about aspects of media law. This week there was the ACMA was finding that a radio station had breached its undertakings. I put that up, and I think there is a defamation case going on at the moment being written up in the newspaper, where one parent wrote a letter to a principal of a school being rather critical of the principal. Now that by itself is not defamatory. The only problem was it sent it as an email and sent it to a number of other people. Now when that's sent to a number of other people, that's when it becomes defamatory, because that's when it's published. So that's the key idea. But that's right, with media law there's always something happening, and there's always going to be stuff happening in the media, new events. I think this is very much I'd say contemporary based course. Certainly new materials coming in all the time. For example, we've got new legislation in Queensland about freedom of information. I put that up on the course web page today, letting people know about that. Well, so there's a whole. I also put up something about the Arts Law Centre. I know some students in doing media law are interested in other aspects about publication, copyright, those sorts of things, and that's a very useful resource they can go and look at as well. I put the link up there. I think we've covered it all. Well, will we say goodbye for this week? We'll try to get another one made next week, but hopefully we won't be as busy. Yes, it does take time, doesn't it? It does. So, okay, you're saying goodbye. Everybody's saying goodbye. Pencil Dogs, you and Robomurine right there, Robo Lawyer. Okay, well, we'll say goodbye, everyone, till next time. Yes. Okay. I'll stop it now. I'm going to stop it. Yes.